Hi everybody, and welcome to this revision video on eye contact and microexpressions as part of the forensic psychology topic for Year 11 Psych. So let's get started. So eye contact is an extremely powerful expressive behaviour for human beings. Eye contact in adults triggers a state of increased self-consciousness and is associated with many different emotions, often being very, very intense. So emotions such as happiness and anger are cognitively more recognisably intense when shown by a person making eye contact. So someone making eye contact that shows the emotion of happiness, it's going to be very obvious in their eye contact, and of course anger as well if it's a scowl with very intimidating eye contact. Now, people who avert their eyes are seen to be less trustworthy and or suspicious. So eye contact in general, or to a point, is seen to be a sign that someone is being truthful and someone is reliable and that they are very, very friendly. So that's the second point here. So people who maintain appropriate eye contact are seen to be, again, more sincere, empathetic and friendly. However, there's a point. There comes to a point. So too much eye contact in terms of staring can have the opposite effect to the above. It's seen as an intimidation technique rather than just genuine connection in terms of eye contact. So as we did in class and as we explored in class, there's a very famous eye contact experiment that was conducted by a New York psychology professor, Arthur Aron, where he developed the experiment where strangers are asked to look into each other's eyes in silence for 4 minutes. Now, this has since been extended to couples and used in couple therapy and friendships and other relationships, but the original experiment involved strangers looking into each other's eyes in silence for 4 minutes. It's one of the most replicated experiments because it is so simple in its design. So what this experiment can do is bring about very intense emotions of empathy and closeness with the person. It's also used on friends and loved ones to either re-establish a connection or establish one that hasn't happened yet. Now, people with antisocial personality disorder often find this exercise very, very difficult due to their lack of empathy, so will stare or look through the person and not engage in actual connection or real eye contact because it is seen as, again, a very powerful expressive behaviour in humans. So, as an extension of that, we also talked about microexpressions in class. So another way to detect lies or to see if someone is being sincere is not only to look at the eye contact that they're giving, but also look for their microexpressions. So microexpressions are very fast, very subtle changes in one's face to depict their true emotion, even though they are trying to hide it behind a mask of another emotion. So as we can see from the image here, these are very, very subtle facial expressions that are being used to try and hide the actual fear that is listed with the corresponding person. So one of the jobs of criminal psychologists and behaviour analysts is to look for microexpressions in criminals to see if they are hiding a particular emotion of anger or contempt or disgust, for example. This is often seen as a very useful way to examine criminal behaviour. It's also seen as more reliable. It's certainly not perfect. It's got validity and reliability issues that we've talked about, but it is seen to be more reliable than polygraph tests, which I'll talk about in a separate video. So that is this video done, guys. So video on eye contact and microexpressions. I hope you found it useful for revision. Otherwise, happy revising. Any questions? Let me know.